Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm talking about energy today and how to use energy to manifest. So I'm really taking out the word manifest, but how to use energy to create the life that you want. So you might be stuck at the moment, stuck in a certain energy. Now this is directed energy. Basically it's feeling an energy, but not having to have any faith, no belief in what we're going to talk about. It's purely energetic and it's quantum really. It's different energies creating different outcomes in your life. Different energies bringing more of that stuff on that wavelength to you. If you know anything about me, the sun is right in my face there. If you know anything about me, you will know that I talk a lot about energy and I'm fascinated with quantum. I'm not a quantum expert, but I've read a lot about it. So to me, this concept really, really works. There's other stuff about it online. I'm not saying anything different than lots of other people say, but I just want to explain it in a way that hopefully makes sense with it being the law of attraction. So first of all, I'm going to show you a chart now, and this is the Hertz vibration scale. So you can see what's at the top and what's at the bottom, and you can see the logic in that, can't you? Shame and guilt at the bottom, love, acceptance, right at the very top. Enlightenment is probably going to be highly unlikely that you're going to get to that. I don't think I will ever get to that, but that is fine. If you could get as far as acceptance, that's absolutely cool. But how do you do that? So you might be thinking now, well, yeah, that's all well and good, but what, how the hell do I get from where I'm feeling now to a different feeling? How do I go about doing that? So I'm just going to talk to you about this. If you're a member and you're a premium member on my website, you will know I've done a whole course on this, so step-by-step thing with this. So I'm going to try and make this as informative as I can in one shot here. So you want to change your life. There's things about your life that you want to change, and you have a dream kind of life inside of you, your heart's desire. What is your heart's desire? And just take a bit of a moment now to think about that. What really is your heart's desire? And so I did this the other day because we don't sit and think what our heart's desire is a lot. We think about all of these different things that we want. And I came to a conclusion, and it was based around my work life, and because that is the majority of my life. And I thought, yeah, that's what it is. Okay, so that's what it is. Whatever yours is, take time to do that. And then you think, what am I vibrating at the moment? What is my energy at the moment? It's all the same thing. We can call it frequency, energy, vibration. It really doesn't matter. I refer to it now as energy, but this chart here is called a vibration chart. Okay, so, okay, there's things listed on here, but these are not the set things, there are all kinds of other energies, but it just shows you a scale of, if you're right down the bottom and you're at shame and guilt, okay, that's a feeling, that's an energy. Energetically, you're putting that out. Energetically, you're going to get that back. So, okay, let's just look at acceptance first. It's funny because, I talk about accepting a lot, and I was finding the different feelings, and I thought I didn't particularly like the one acceptance, the energy of acceptance. I thought, no, at the moment that's not good for me, and I just like the willingness one, so I went for willingness. This was me just practicing with it because I thought I talk about energy all the time, so I wanted to really break it down and make it make more sense. So I went with that, and I felt, what does willingness feel like? Not a willingness for anything in particular, and that's what you've got to look at here. You are not finding a feeling with any direct outcome in mind. You are just looking for things to start working out for you. That's all you're looking for here, because that can be all of these things that you want start coming into line. So you find a different frequency, because if you are vibrating at, so your energy is a very low level, then you are going to find that things show up for you all on that same frequency over and over and over again. It's not that it's good or bad. It's not that whatever this is knows good from bad. It's just things on that frequency that you would consider to be on that frequency, I guess, coming back to you. So what you consider to be bad might not be what somebody else considers to be bad. So that thing in their world might be on a different frequency than it is in your world, if that makes sense. I don't know if that's a fact, but that would make sense to me. So you can choose any feeling. That's why I say I work with the magnetic energy a lot, because it's just an energy. You're not trying to be magnetic to get this or to get that. You're just trying to change what you are energetically. So you practice with a new energy. And again, I'm going to reiterate this. You don't have to believe it. You don't have to direct it at anything in particular. And I would suggest that you don't. We are just looking for an overall feeling state that you have day in, day out that's different than the one that you've got now. So we're going to go with willingness as an example. So I've been doing this the last couple of days, and I have to tell you, it feels brilliant. I mean, I think that my energy generally is pretty good, but it has its peaks and its troughs, you know. It dips sometimes, and I might drop into an energy and not really notice that energy for a little while. But I just like the idea of walking around with a completely different energy. Okay, willingness is a good energy. If you can do acceptance, that's awesome. Love, absolutely awesome. I can definitely flip into that. And again, it's just an energy. It's not you going, oh, who am I directed? Who do I love? Who am I? It's nothing to do with that. It's just an energy, which is going to draw more of that to you. The energy you're putting out is the energy that you're getting back. It's a simple equation, isn't it? It's a formula. Put it out, get it back. So again, take some time to sort of go back and look at that chart, pause it and have a really good look at it. But it does make logical sense, doesn't it? So if you stop thinking about manifesting and start thinking about energy, okay, what energy am I putting out? You can't really go wrong. If you, and see it as a practice exercise, I'm not trying to achieve anything in particular with this. All I'm trying to achieve is a change in my energetic frequency. There's so many ways you can describe it, aren't there? I prefer talking about it like energy. I mean, I know this chart again, it's vibration, but I don't really refer, even though yes, Pimp Your Vibe was all about vibration because I used to call it that then, but I've switched to calling it energy because I feel it just works better, and I because I love science, and also because some people I talk to don't really understand the word vibration at all. It's like, oh, woo woo, but energy isn't, is it? So I did switch to using that, but it's all exactly the same thing. So the energy you have, the energy, so is the energy, so you become that energy, and so you're going to get stuff like that coming back to you. But again, that chart and those words, so those topics, are just an example. So everything will be somewhere on that scale. So everything, so like again, magnetism, whatever thing you come up with, first choice, you could do that. I just prefer these overall kind of like this willingness and acceptance and love, because that encompasses kind of everything. And you can really, if you stay in a vibe like that and you manage to practice it and get really good at it, and you're going to have your dips, of course you are, but you come back to it, it will just become a natural energy for you, and then everything will change in your life according to that. All of those things that you've wanted, and even the little things that you may have wanted way back that you've never seen shown up in your life, will start showing up in your life. And it is weird science, isn't it? It is science. So we don't have to fully understand quantum to be able to put this into practice. We just need to have an idea of it. Like, yeah, I get this. It's science. Okay, let's go down this route. I'm struggling with the manifesting. I'm struggling with the magic of all that and the mysticism around it and all of that. And let's take this as science, which works for me. I'm not spiritual. I don't class myself as being spiritual. I do love science, and this works for me, and it's a thing, you know, it's an actual phenomena. The energy we have brings back that energy to us. So we can call it the law of attraction, we can call it the law of assumption, whatever we want. Whatever you do with this, all you are really doing is guiding yourself to a new energy. So if you are affirming, if you have a vision board, if you script, all you're doing is changing yourself energetically. So at the end of the day, it all comes down to the same thing. But that to me is hard work. Affirming, scripting, I can't be doing that, because I know there'll be an element of resistance in there with me. But if I'm just finding an energy, I don't have any resistance there, because I think, well, just finding an energy. If nothing comes of it, doesn't matter. Feels better. Feels better. I had a lot going on yesterday in my head with work and with my office and what am I going to do and do I want to stay there, and I've got a lot of stuff going on in my head at the moment with that, and I can't really get to the bottom of exactly what I want. I don't know. So I thought willingness is a good one. So it's kind of a willingness to accept ideas, and maybe something will come to me. I don't know, but I really liked that feeling, and I thought I need to drop thinking about what I want to do with that, because I don't know what I want to do with it. A lot of this has happened because my very best friend there at the office, and a very good friend in life as well now, has moved out, basically has left. And I'd been a little bit dissatisfied for a while, even with her there. And then when she went, it was a bit of a catalyst to make me start thinking, do I really want to still be here? What are the advantages of me being here? It's a long drive in the, about 45-minute drive. All these things were bobbing around in my head, and all of the people that I was really close to there have one by one been moving on, and then coming back and kind of working there. in an ad hoc basis, because you can do that there. So I thought maybe that's for me, but it's like, blah, 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 and I just couldn't get any clarity. And I thought, stop, just stop. You're not ready for clarity. You don't know what you want yet. So just stop and let's just go with this energy of willingness. And let's just see what comes to you, just see what happens. Whatever you decide is going to be intuitive. If you get that intuitive feeling, then you go with that. Whatever it is, go with it. So I've learned to follow my intuition over these years. So it's an energetic thing. Okay, let's find a different energy than the one you've got now in order to change your life in all kinds of ways. And maybe ways that you hadn't even imagined were possible for you. Don't think about any one thing in particular. Just think about the bigger picture and that feeling of what you would like to achieve in your life, where you would like to be. A good way of doing this, where would I like to be this time next year? What would be my heart's desire? What would be awesome? This is a feeling that you get, rather than because sometimes we think we want things because we get caught up with our ego, especially with people. We think we want something to be a certain way, but we're not really listening to our heart, our inner us. So just take some quiet time to get a feeling of what do I really, really want, and just see what comes up. Not that that's completely relevant to this, but it is quite nice then to get that feeling of that would be awesome. That would be just the life that I want for myself. And then find a better feeling, a better energy. If you get a bit lost with what I'm saying here because you haven't done this before, do leave a comment and I will try to summarize and come back with something that might help you, because I do know that I've been doing this for a long time. And this is why I haven't spoken too much about this, because I feel like, is it like not what people are at that place and don't want to hear it? But then I thought, well, if it helped me, it's going to help some other people. Maybe if it helps 50% of you guys, then that's brilliant. So I think I am going to talk more about this on this channel, because it has changed my life. It did change the way that I looked at this, and so it did change my life because I looked at it differently. I felt differently. Things started changing. I've played around with energy for a long time and going, oh, okay. So let's say, for instance, you're trying to change something about your appearance and you manifesting and you're affirming and all that, but you keep noticing it. So you're actually in the energy of what it is. So you're living in that energy. So you're observing what it is. Living in that energy is observing what is now. So you're not seeing any change. You have to look away, because you look away and then you give that the chance to change. Because at some points you've had the energy of that, but you keep dropping back to the lack energy. So you come away from it. But what you can do actually is evoke the energy of what it is that you want. So let's say, like with me, I use it for skincare. I use law of attraction, quantum for skincare and for my face. And I had a really nice comment from an ex-boyfriend of mine, actually, who had seen something I'd done on Facebook, and he was commenting, oh my God, like, why aren't you aging like the rest of us, blah, blah, blah. And we had this little conversation. I said, oh, I know all the tricks and all that. And he said, yeah, but, it is natural. But yeah, it is, mostly. But I do have machines and creams and stuff. But what I do is an energy. So I would find the energy. Let's say I want my cheeks to be more lifted, for example. I would find the energy of lifted cheeks. It has an energy, lifted cheeks. And I would feel that energy. And that would be what I am around that subject. So I wouldn't feel the energy of everything dropping. If I kept thinking, oh, everything's dropping, I would have the energy of that. And I would notice more and more of everything dropping. Right, I'm going to stop it there. Thanks for watching, because Jeremy's just pulled up and he's going to interrupt me now. So thank you so much for watching. I am an author. My books are listed below. I offer Zoom coaching, email coaching, subliminals, meditations, personalised subliminals, all available on my website. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, I'd love you to do that too. Thank you.